to another episode of the Unbearable podcast. This is one of those pick-em episodes. We're just going to be going over each game this week. If you guys have any questions you want to ask us, just hit us up in one of those @. That's our Twitters. And we could talk about it either on the Bears pods or on just the NFL pods. Also,
don't be afraid to leave a comment in the comments too.
Yeah, we'll see those. We'll answer them if you have any suggestions or anything you want us to talk about on the show. Also, since both Drew and I are turning 21 this month, Drew just turned 21. I'm turning 21 in 2 weeks. Let's try to get 21 subscribers by next week, okay? I think we're at like 16 or 15 now, so let's try to get 21.
I think we could do it.
All right, that's our goal. And then just drop a like. Let us know that you're here and that you're watching this and you like what you're doing, all right? So today's actually a special episode because we're going to have our first guest. And we would have liked it to have been maybe an athlete or an analyst, someone of note.
Well, I think we got someone better, though, to be honest.
That's exactly what I was going to say. He's a true character. When I say this is a football show about dumbasses talking about football, we're really you're going to know what I'm talking about now. So let's bring him in, the man, the myth, the legend.
Big Mike.
Big Mike. Mike, what is up?
What's going on, Mike? What's up?
What is up?
We want to make it very clear, too. This is not just Mike. This is Big Mike. And from this point forward, the people on the show, us included, will only refer to him as that. This is Big Mike.
Big Mike, I like your Mac poster in the background.
Yes, sir. It's a good setting.
Representing.
I like those lights, too. It's very, dance move vibes.
Oh, yeah, it's like Drake. Hotline Bling, baby.
Club Dub.
Yeah, Club Dub.
So the reason we have you on is because after last week's show, you were talking some shit. You were saying, why would you pick the Dolphins over the 49ers when the Dolphins blew out the 49ers? So if you want to make picks, you're going to come on our show and make picks because I'm pretty sure every single person had the 49ers over the Dolphins. But,
not me. Not
me.
me.
Tell us.
Mike, why did you think the Dolphins were going to beat the 49ers? What made you think that?
I think the 49ers are a good team when they don't have a lot of injuries. But I think when it's just Jimmy G and a bunch of backups, I just don't think Jimmy G is that great of a QB. I think he's average at best. And that's my opinion. I mean, maybe you guys have some different opinions, but that's what my opinion is. And that's why I have the Dolphins winning.
You think that without star talent, Fitzpatrick is better than Jimmy G?
No. But it's not as it's not as far away. The talent's not as far away as you might think it is.
All right, since we're on the Dolphins, I'm going to say I actually really like what the Dolphins are doing. I think at the end of the year, after a slow start last year, they really played for Brian Flores. They kept his job. They added some defensive pieces like Byron Jones and Kyle Van Noy. And then on the offense, they're kind of rebuilding their offensive line, and they got Tua for the future. So, I mean, I think the Dolphins are going up, but I don't think anyone expected them to do the blowout they did against the 49ers, the Super Bowl 49ers last week.
I really like Brian Flores. I think he's flying under the radar in terms of he's obviously not one of the top coaches yet, but he gets the most out of his players.
Absolutely.
I think the Dolphins have a really good defense going forward as well. I think they'll be a top 10 defense in the next couple years.
All right. Before we get into picks, I do want to play a little game with you, Mike.
A game?
Yeah. So I heard that you were a Panthers fan. Is that right? In high school, you were a Panthers fan?
I did like the Panthers until all of the drama and everything came out about them.
Okay. All right. So you'd say you're no longer a Panthers fan?
No.
Do you follow them a little bit? Can we play this game? It's questions about the Panthers.
I don't know, man.
All right.
I've been following them in a few years.
All right. The head coach, Matt Rule, do you know where he came from before that?
He went to Baylor. I know that.
Temple. What about who is Joe Brady?
See, I can't answer these questions.
You got exposed. Apparently, you're an LSU fan also. Joe Brady.
Yeah. Joe Brady's the offensive coordinator.
That's Tom Brady's little brother, bro. He's coming up in the league.
I know. Nah, yeah. Joe Brady was the offensive coordinator for LSU. Yeah, I know that one.
More or less, he was. I mean, that wasn't actually his official title, but I'll give it to you. Can you name 3 players on the Panthers defense?
I mean, probably not, dude.
No. I can't either, and that's actually
Yeah, I don't think I could either.
that's actually gonna be a big reason. Go
Shaq
ahead.
Thompson's one, probably.
Who?
Shaq Thompson.
Didn't they just pick him up?
No, they didn't just pick him up. They had him. He's a linebacker.
All
What's
right,
his name?
Shaq Thompson.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah, they got him a while ago. Okay, the reason you can't even name 3 players on the Panthers defense, that's a little tease for tomorrow when we do the pregame for the Bears. But since we're on the topic of the Panthers, do you want to give us your prediction for this week against the Bears?
I think the Bears win in a close matchup because I think the Panthers have surprised a lot of people this year. I think everyone thought that the Panthers weren't going to be a good team this year, and I think they're a decent team. I don't think they're a great team, but they're a decent team. They may make some noise and may be able to sneak into the playoffs as a sleeper, but I have the Bears winning this matchup 24-21.
All right, me and Drew will give our commentary about that tomorrow, but there's Big Mike's take on it. All
Book
right,
it. Lock it in.
lock it up.
Yeah.
Another thing we talk about real quick before we get into picks. There's 2 more things. First up, prayers to Dak Prescott. Dak was having a good year, leading the league in passing, so hopefully has a speedy recovery. I mean, that's a huge loss. Another thing too. What, do you guys have anything you want to say?
Just get back soon. Get back good. I believe he's already been through so much adversity. This just looks like another chapter in his book. So I don't doubt Dak will come back as good as ever. Honestly.
Another thing I want to bring up is probably one of the hottest topics in the NFL right now is Le'Veon Bell.
Bring him to Chicago. That's all I got to say about that. Bring him to Chicago. We'll take care of him.
Too.
Yeah.
He might only play, 8 games for us, 8, 9 games at best, because I don't really see him if he signs before Sunday, playing on Sunday. But I think for the first week, if they tell him, hey, just run up A gap, hey, go out, you're running a screen, if they could just tell him exactly what to do before each play, it could be a weapon. Because, I mean, he is
his presence on the field, though, it makes a big enough difference to where it doesn't really matter if you got to ease him in, but just having Le'Veon Bell out there would make so much of a difference.
Yeah.
This is something we talked about earlier where the Bears don't really have any offensive weapons anymore except for Allen Robinson that you got to focus on game planning against and shutting down. If they add Le'Veon Bell, that adds a whole nother dynamic to this offense because you gotta look where 26 is on the field. I don't think he'd be 26 for the Bears, but
you don't Mooney's pretty good.
And he's not proven. You don't really have a game plan for Mooney.
That's true. Or Jimmy Graham's been playing good.
But the narrative about Jimmy Graham is he's washed up. He's played really, really good for the Bears. I think he is changing the narrative, but I don't know how much defenses, unless it's in the red zone, how much they really have to game plan for Jimmy Graham.
Yeah. No, but the thing about Le'Veon Bell is just that he's so talented. I mean, people might forget about what he's done because he's been on the Jets and then he sat out that one year. But when Le'Veon Bell was on the Steelers, people were saying he's the best running back in the NFL. So if you can go out and get a guy like that, I mean, that would be huge for us, especially with Cohen hurt.
It's actually known that Adam Gase holds players back. When
he's terrible.
Drake left, Drake was better. When Ryan Tannehill left, he was better. Devontae Parker, he was better. I am so
Robbie
thankful.
Anderson.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so thankful that Adam Gase did not become the head coach over John Fox because at one point, a 16-year-old me was begging for that. So
yeah, that would have been really bad. That would have been really bad.
All right, you guys ready for picks?
Yeah, I've been ready.
Yes, sir.
All right. Oh, I got to share my screen. It's going to be a longer episode, it seems like.
You got Big Mike, so it'll be worth it.
Oh, yeah, it'll be special.
Yeah.
People want to hear Big Mike.
It's going to be a fun episode, boys.
All right, guys. First game, Mike already picked it, and Drew and I are going to be talking about it extensively tomorrow, so look forward to that. The second game, though, we have the Detroit Lions and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Standard spread. What are you guys thinking about this one?
I think Jacksonville's at home. I think Detroit's not going to be used to playing in warm weather considering they play in the NFC North. I'm assuming it's going to be pretty hot in Jacksonville this time of year. And I just honestly think Jacksonville is the better team. The Lions, they're just a mess. Like no matter what happens, they always seem to blow it. So I like Jacksonville, especially since they're getting points at home. I feel like that's a really good pick. I would take Jacksonville 100%.
Mike, Big Mike.
Honestly, I don't know how the Detroit Lions are favored in this one. Jacksonville all day.
Mike, I agree with you. Actually going to put on the shades and say you can lock it up. Let's take a look over here. If you look at the Lions, they put up 99 points, but their defense is struggling. 127 points allowed. You look at Jacksonville's put up about the same. They put up 109 points, so they put up 109 points more, but their defense is also letting up a lot. I don't know. I just trust Jacksonville a lot more, and they got Gardner Minshew, so for that reason alone, I'm going to lock it up.
Yeah, I'm taking Jacksonville.
I'll take the +3 too, because there's not that much difference between the money line and the spread.
Yeah.
All right. Next, we got the Falcons versus Vikings. Drew?
Let's be honest. With all the games going on, like, no one's going to be watching this game. If I'm being 100% honest, this is kind of the game that it's basically a tank bowl. Like, none of these teams have any chance this year, at least in my eyes. But I guess I'll take – I mean, we saw last week the Texans fired their coach, fired their GM, and they came out, looked fired up, motivated. The Falcons just did that as well. So, for that reason, I'll take them. But, I mean, this game is on paper. It's just not going to be very good.
Big Mike?
Especially without Dalvin Cook, too. So, I would definitely take Atlanta.
I'm taking Atlanta too. And I wouldn't bet on this game because, honestly, this could go either way in my eyes. But if I was to take one team, I'd take Atlanta.
Here's my thing I think both these teams have a lot to play for. I don't think the Vikings, they definitely had higher expectations. Everyone thought that they should at least be contending for a playoff spot. So I feel like they're going to want to play, especially they had a hard-fought game against Seattle, and I'm sure they want to keep Mike Zimmer's job. So I think they really do want to try to play for him. But like Drew said, whenever a coach is fired and that interim guy steps in, I think that team really goes on balls for them. I mean, this game, it's really a toss-up for me, but I'm going to take the points.
Yeah. That's a safe pick.
The next, we have the Texans and Titans. Do we really have to talk about this one?
Yeah, so last week, my pick of the week was the Arizona Cardinals. I think they're like -7.5. They could have been minus, I think, like 25, and they still would have covered. This week, my pick of the week, lock it in, Tennessee Titans -3 over Houston. There's no way that the Titans don't beat the Texans by 3. There's no way. The Titans just destroyed the Bills, who are, in my eyes, one of the best teams. The Texans are not even close to that. So Titans -3 all the way. Pick of the week.
Good Mike.
Everything that Drew said, the Titans for sure, absolutely. They're gonna want the Texans, I think.
Honestly, I want to look to see if there's a alternate spread because
It almost looks like a mistake. Like,
right?
Yeah.
And then the Titans should be much heavier favorites.
Yeah.
All right, next we got the Washington football team at the New York Giants. A little suck bowl here.
Yeah. I'm going to take Washington +2.5. I honestly think they could win the game. Daniel Jones, at first I thought he could be decent, but the more I watch him play, and I watched him play against Dallas a lot last week, he's just not good, like, at all, really. Like, he's pretty bad, actually. I think Washington's D-line is just going to be too much for the Giants to handle. And I think not only will they cover, but they'll also win.
Big Mike?
I agree, but I wouldn't bet on this game. It could go either way. I mean, both of the teams, you don't know what's going to happen when two trash teams are playing with each other. It's a toilet bowl over here. So, but I'm going to have to take the Washington football team in this one.
Big Mike, to be completely honest with you, it might be a little bit of a disappointment. I think everyone was expecting more hot takes from you. I mean, you're saying, I don't know. I need you to
say
take
some people suck, Mike. Say some people are trash. Yeah, come on.
I mean, Daniel Jones is dog crap shit. I mean,
that's the kind of analysis we need from you, Big Mike.
He came from a basketball school.
So did Trubisky.
That's why Trubisky.
He's trash too. I mean,
yeah, you're not wrong about that.
No team. I'm sorry. Daniel Jones has committed, I think, the most turnovers through like the first however many.
The average is like, I'm pretty sure over 1 a game. I think
it's ridiculous. It's not even just interceptions; it's fumbles also.
Yeah, he's pathetic.
He's another Peterman, man. Like,
no, I'm not going that far.
Not that bad, but
I'm going to the football team.
The Giants should definitely take Trevor Lawrence if they have the chance. They need to ditch this guy for sure.
If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm not sure if I want to play for the Giants.
You'd rather play for the Jets?
No, hell no.
No. Okay.
All right, yeah, this is going to be a suck fest. It's going to be the toilet
Yeah.
bowl, like Mike said. So we'll move on. We got the Browns at the Steelers.
I'm really excited for this game, to watch this game. I think this is going to be really good. As far as a pick, that's really tough. But I would lean Pittsburgh because I think they're the more experienced team. You know, over the last few years, this feels like a big game to me. This Browns haven't really played in a lot of big games. Ben's seen it all, done it all. So I'd probably take Pittsburgh, but I'm really looking forward to watching this game.
Mike,
I'm taking the Browns in this one.
you taking them money line or spread?
Both.
He's taking the money line.
The Browns are winning this game.
You think the Browns are going to win? What's your analysis? Why do you think they're going to win?
Because they are.
You believe in Baker?
They're fired. Yes, with Baker.
You believe in Baker, though? You think he's the future?
I think he is the future. He's been. I mean, in the beginning of the year, he was kind of shaky, but now he's got it together. I think that the Browns are going to take this one. I think they're fired up for this game, and I think that the Browns are finally going to sit Ben Roethlisberger down, and they're going to win this game.
All right. If we look at the points for and the points against, because I think that really has something the story to tell through looking at the stats. I mean, the battle and the way this game is going to be decided is the Browns offense versus the Steelers defense. Steelers defense, they've only allowed 87, while the Browns offense have put up 156. I think the Steelers offense has enough to hang in there, but the defense is going to have to, play lights out because the Browns are putting up points left and right. I mean, no matter, it could be through the run
Even
game,
without Chubb, too.
What's up?
Even last week, they did pretty good against the Colts defense. That was without Chubb, too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy to see.
I'm taking the Steelers. I think Drew's right. They're the more experienced team. I think that their defense can get to Baker and rattle him, and I don't think they're going to have Jarvis Landry every week to bail him out at quarterback. So I think the Steelers defense is going to outdo the Browns offense. And we got the Ravens-Eagles.
Ravens. I'm taking the Ravens. It's a lot of points, but Philadelphia's just looked so pathetic this year. Like, they've just looked so terrible. And I don't know what kind of wide receiver options they're going to have available. If it's the guys they've been having, there's no way they're going to get any separation against Baltimore's secondary. This is not going to happen. So I think Baltimore covers the 8. I think this is going to be a blowout, to be completely honest.
Big Mike.
I'm taking the Ravens, and when the Ravens win, they normally blow teams out, I think you see. And, I mean, Philadelphia is not going to be a match at all. I mean, they're trash. So the Ravens are winning this one by a lot.
Yeah, the Ravens are a blowout team, except for when they play Kansas City. So
that was a blowout too, though, to be fair.
Yeah, hold on. We forgot about this game. Doesn't Baker have some bruised ribs?
Yeah, but he said he's good.
All right. Well, I mean, that could come back. I'm definitely hammering the Steelers now that I remember that. Sorry, go back to this one. I'm taking the Ravens -8 just because I do not think the Eagles offense has it within them to go toe for toe, shot for shot with the Ravens offense. So I'm taking the Ravens -8 all day. Bengals, Colts.
Like we talked about this a lot or at least in the last picks episode we did, where teams, the way the Colts play, usually don't blow people out. -8 is, they're saying that they expect the Colts to win by just as much as they expect Baltimore to beat Philadelphia by. That's kind of crazy to me. But I don't think the Colts can blow out anyone the way Rivers is playing, because he's not been playing good at all, really. So I like the Bengals getting all those points. I think the Colts will still win, but I think the Bengals can keep it close, at least within 8.
Big Mike.
The Bengals hardly did anything against the Ravens defense, and the Colts defense is the best in the league. Honestly, I don't see how the Bengals are going to score a point.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Against your guy, Joe Burrow.
You're calling for a shutout?
I think they could shut him out, honestly. I think they could shut him out. I
Your
mean,
guy, Joe Burrow's the quarterback. You realize?
Joe Burrow's a good quarterback, but he has nothing to work with. I mean, he has a few wide receivers, but his offensive line,
It's killing him.
Oh, it's terrible.
He got sacked 7 times last week. And honestly, I don't know how they're going to score. I don't know how they're going to score a point. Maybe
So what do you think the final score is going to be, like 34-0?
No, not 30. I think it's going to be like something like 17-3 or 17-0.
But you're taking the Colts.
I'm taking the Colts. Oh yeah.
Drew, I kind of agree with your analysis. I don't think the Colts can really blow out a team, especially because when the Bears faced Rivers was okay, but then last week the wheels really fell off. And I don't think that they have the offense that will blow teams out, especially with the way they play. They like a defense game and then just run the ball, grind the clock out. But also, Big Mike's right. The Bengals aren't helping Burrow at all. It'll be a shocker if he even just survives this year. I mean, the way the Bengals are treating Joe Burrow, it's like kind of like an Andrew Luck situation. I mean, he's going to be out of the league by the time he's 30 because he's going to be so banged up. Honestly, I'm just staying away from this game. I don't like it either way.
DeForest Buckner could honestly have like 4 or 5 sacks in this game. That's not even like an exaggeration.
All right, we got the Broncos at the Patriots. Patriots are coming off a little COVID bye. What do you guys think? And so are the Broncos, actually.
So this is assuming, I would think, that Cam Newton is playing in this game, right? For this much a favorite.
Yeah, if it's at -10, Cam has to be playing.
If Cam's playing, I mean, Drew Lock's coming back for Denver is what I'm hearing, though, too. And I'm not saying he's as good as Cam Newton, but he's a lot better than, like, Ripon or whoever they were using before. 10 points seems like a lot, but I think New England will cover because Cam Newton's just been so dynamic this year that I don't think the Broncos defense is going to have an answer for him at all.
Big Mike?
I'd say the Patriots are obviously going to win this game, but I think they may win by 7 or 9, something like that. I don't think they're going to be able to cover the spread. I'd take the Broncos in the spread, but the Patriots are definitely going to win this game.
Yeah, I'm with Mike. I take the Patriots to win, but I take the Broncos to cover the spread. I mean, Drew Lock, everyone's down on him. I'm a big fan of Drew Lock. I think they got some good wide receivers. I like Noah Fant a lot, and I trust Vic Fangio to have a game plan on how to slow down Cam Newton. A lot of Cam Newton's success has come through the run game, so if they can key in on that and try to slow him down, I see them keeping it close. I mean, I like the Broncos a lot. I mean, they haven't been playing up to my expectations for them this year, but I think they have a lot to be happy about. And I know a lot of the other people don't really feel that way. But next we got Big Mike sure loves this game. The Jets at the Dolphins. Big Mike's Dolphins are huge favorites in this one, and rightfully so. No matter who the Jets play, it should probably be at -10. Yeah.
Like, I got to ask you something, because we've been talking about the Jets a decent bit on the show. Do you see them winning a game this year? Big Mike?
Oh, do I see them winning? Oh.
Yeah.
No. They're like the 0-16 Lions. I mean, they're just terrible.
Yeah.
I have the Dolphins covering this spread, too. I mean, the way they beat the 49ers, I mean, the 49ers are a lot better than the Jets. And, I mean,
yeah,
this is just going to be a blowout. It's going to be bad.
Hey, Big Mike, do you think that the Jets should be kicked out of the NFL for being such an embarrassment?
No. I don't think they're that bad. But, I mean, they're just terrible. They need.
Mike, do you think Clemson could beat the Jets?
No, the Clemson can.
I think Clemson would give them a game. I'll tell you that.
I don't know about that one.
They got the better coach and the better quarterback.
Maybe the college all-stars, like
they're blowing out the Jets.
The all-American team could take them, but I don't know about one college team. But yeah, the Jets are trash. They're probably the worst team I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The Dolphins are gonna win this game, and they're gonna win big time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's hold Big Mike to it. He's a big Dolphins guy all of a sudden. Packers at Bucks. I'm gonna pick this game first because I'm gonna put on my lock sunglasses again.
Oh, it's another lock.
I'm hammering the Packers.
Yeah.
I would take a second spread on this. I mean, the way the Bears just went out there and they embarrassed Brady, and the way that Packers can go out there and put up 50 points every week, I'm taking the Packers, and I hate that I'm starting to like Aaron Rodgers because of the Pat McAfee show, but I'm taking Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. They could go almost anyone. The only teams I think that it would be a great game is the Chiefs and the Ravens. They're the only ones I think they couldn't beat. But the Packers, Aaron Rodgers, they're on a whole nother level. They're in a different atmosphere. Lock it up. Packers -1.
Yeah, I would take the Packers as well, but the one thing that you can never count out is Tom Brady when the chips are stacked against him, which I feel like they will be in this game, especially coming off last week. But my conventional wisdom does tell me to take the Packers as well.
My pick of the week is the Packers, straight up.
Oh, pick of the week, huh?
Pick of the week is the Packers. Devontae Adams is back too, and they've been able to win without him, let alone with him. So the Packers is my pick, most definitely.
Here's the thing about what you just said. There's actually stats out there that'll back this statement up. The Packers' offense is better without Devontae Adams.
Yeah, I'm not buying that, but
I'm not buying that either.
If you look at the stats, it's out there. But yeah, the Packers should easily cover this -1. All right, we got the Sunday night football game. We got the Rams at the 49ers. A little California matchup here.
Oof. This is going to be another good game. I feel like the 49ers, they're going to be like pretty pissed because everyone's talking down on them now. I could see them coming out here and just their defense just coming alive. And I like 49ers. If you're taking the 49ers, if you were telling me at the beginning of the year, in the middle of the week, Jimmy Garoppolo healthy, George Kittle healthy, most of the 49ers defense healthy, and they're getting points at home in prime time, I'm taking that all day long. So I'm going to take San Francisco to cover at the very least.
Well, yeah, like obviously at the beginning of the year, but it's not the beginning of the year anymore. There's a bunch of injuries in the 49ers, and the 49ers, I mean, the Rams are better than the Dolphins. The Rams are better than the Dolphins. And
that is true.
The Dolphins totally embarrassed them. And I don't think the Rams are going to totally embarrass them. I think the 49ers will play better this week, but I have the Rams covering that spread easily.
Yeah, the Rams have surprised me. A lot of people I don't think would have the Rams as good as they are. I mean, especially they're in a good division, so we'll see how that shakes out where they are at the end of the year. But I really think if you have Aaron Donald in the middle, I said this last week, you have Aaron Donald in the middle, Jalen Ramsey locking up one side of the field. It's hard as a quarterback to play against that. And did it come out? I mean, is Jimmy G fully healthy?
I think they pulled him last week just because he was not playing well. But I think I don't think it's a health thing. I think he's ready to go. It's just he was just not playing good in the first half of that game last week.
Then I definitely don't think that the Rams. I'm gonna take the Rams. I'm gonna take the money line. I don't know if this was -3, I would take it, but the 3.5, I don't like the halves. They scare me. But I like the Rams in this game. I really do. All right, then we got a doubleheader Monday Night Football game, which I think the first game is definitely the better game. We got the Chiefs at the Bills.
Yeah, let's not overthink this here, people. The Chiefs are still the best team in the NFL. I mean, I don't think there's any much doubt about that. They played one, I wouldn't even say bad, for theirs level subpar game against Oakland and lost. It's a division game that's going to happen. If you get in the Chiefs with only 3.5, you got to take the Chiefs. They still have the best player in the league. They still have the best tight end in the league. They have one of the best coaches in the league. In Buffalo, they're on the come up. Don't get me wrong, but Kansas City, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Patrick Mahomes is not losing 2 games in a row. Kansas City's winning this, and they're winning it by more than 3.5.
Let me go get something real quick, boss. Let me go. I'll be right back.
I'll give my pick. You go get what you need to get.
He got some props. He's making his appearance count.
I agree with you. I'm taking the Chiefs, especially after that embarrassment on Tuesday Night Football. I think the Bills definitely kind of got exposed, and they got some questions about them now. And I think that the Chiefs, they're going to be hungrier than the Bills were when they lost that game, and they're going to come out and they're going to take it to the Bills. Big Mike?
This is an easy selection. I mean,
where's the other 4 you got?
This is easy. The other 4? What do you mean the other 4?
You got 4 of them things.
He's not going to lose 2 games in a row. He's the best quarterback that I've ever seen with my own eyes. Personally, skill-wise, I mean, not legacy-wise yet, but skill-wise, he's the best quarterback I've ever seen. I'm hammering the Chiefs. I would say pick of the week, but the Packers, I mean, they're obviously going to cover that spread. But I think the Chiefs, this would be my number 2 pick of the week right here.
Yeah, I think I was going to say something. Now I'm blanking. Now I'm embarrassing myself. All right, let's just move on. Cardinals at Cowboys. Oh, Big Mike, I got it. Hey, I was going to say, you kind of look like Travis Kelce, so I definitely think you should pick the Chiefs.
Got to pick the Chiefs.
That's a big compliment. Mike's going to be stroking his ego to that one for the next couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
He's going to start wearing cowboy hats around.
The Cardinals at the Cowboys. Cardinals are -2.
The Cowboys defense is just so bad. Like, that's what we always talk about when we talk about it. It's just so bad. And Arizona has shown their moments of having a really explosive offense. So I think Carolina wins and they cover 2. I think Carolina could win by multiple possessions, to be honest. What did I say? Carolina?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Cardinals. Sorry. It's like the Zona and then the – yeah, you get what I'm saying. Arizona Cardinals, -2. I'm taking them. I just don't think Andy Dalton has what it takes, to be honest.
No, I agree. If this game had Dak Prescott, it would be a lot better game. But -2 for the Cardinals, especially against this defense, it's going to get Kyler Murray back in those MVP talks, and you're going to see that weeks 1 and 2, Kyler Murray come back out here and just tear apart the Cowboys defense. Big Mike.
Bold prediction of the week. I think Kyler Murray has over 100 rushing yards in this game.
Okay. Wait, what would you put his passing yards at? Over 250?
Yeah.
All right, how many touchdowns?
Total?
Total.
I'm going to say 4.
Okay, I like that. We'll come back to that. Big Mike?
You know, the Cardinals are just going to totally destroy the Cowboys. The Dak Cowboys, unfortunately. Prayers up to Dak. I love Dak. He's one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league. But, I mean, a Dakless Cowboys team, I mean, the Cardinals are just going to destroy them. I'm saying hot prediction here. I'm saying Kyler Murray, 5 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing, 7 touchdowns total.
Wow.
Jeez.
Up in the ante. You think it's going to be that bad?
I think it's going to be that bad. I think it's going to be like a 49-10 game or something. It's going to
Jesus.
It's going to be bad.
All right, you guys, if you followed my can't lose parlay last week, I won you free $38. So let's see if we can't do it again this week.
We're winning people money over here. We're changing lives on this podcast.
Right? Let me see what you guys think. So I did another 13-point parlay.
This is your can't lose parlay of the week, right?
Can't lose parlay of the week.
Okay.
Got the Packers +12, Cardinals +11, Bears +14.5, the Washington football team +15.5. I'll win you another $38.
I don't love this one as much as the last one because the last one had like +20 sums and stuff like that, but I don't see a way this doesn't hit unless Tampa Bay. I think Tampa Bay would be your biggest threat.
Really?
Because they're the best. I think they're the best team that you're betting against. That's why I say that.
I think me and Mike have to disagree. I think we were hammering the Packers all day, weren't we, Mike?
No, I was too. But I'm saying, like, if I had to pick one that I think is in the most danger, I would pick that one.
Yeah, I'd also agree with that. I think the safest one here is the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, I figured that out.
Yeah. No, I honestly, the one personally I'm most worried about is the Washington football team +15.5. But there's no way the Giants should blow them out that much.
No, the Giants aren't good. Like, they're not blowing anybody out.
It's going to be a low-scoring toilet bowl game, boys.
All right, guys. This has been another Unbearable podcast. Drew, Mike, any closing thoughts on the way out?
Just want to say we'll be back tomorrow. So I think this will go up Wednesday night, late at night, if not Thursday morning. So we'll be back either tomorrow, which would be Thursday night, or Friday morning with our Bears pregame. So make sure you're looking out for that.
If you're still here at the end of the video, drop a comment in the comments and say what up, Big Mike. So that way we know you're still here. All right.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Big Mike, thanks for coming on.
Thank you, Big Mike.
Boys, come on soon again.
Yeah, for sure.